Rec League Podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, Good Pods, Pocket Cast, Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast. On Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, TikTok. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episodes 125 and 126 coming soon. Yo, whether you're watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram, or YouTube itself. What up, world? It's the end of December. It's the end of the fourth quarter. It's the end of the year. My 3 favorite movies of the fourth quarter of 2023. To me, October was probably like one of the most dead, bone dry new release months since I've been reviewing movies on the YouTube. Killers of the Flower Moon is the only thing I saw. Like, I don't know what y'all saw. I don't know what came out. And then November, we didn't get Dune. We did not get Dune Part 2. Sucks. I feel like at the point that the strikes ended, Dune still could have been promoted by the cast and still came out in November. Warner Brothers gonna Warner Brothers. We got The Marvels. We got The Killer. We got Thanksgiving from Eli Roth, which will be in the November rotation for me going forward. We had a Hunger Games prequel. We had new Disney animation. We had new Ridley Scott. Did we have new Midley Scott though? Because Napoleon wasn't that. December started off kind of dead, like most Decembers do. But then we got Wonka, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, Migration, The Iron Claw, The Boys in the Boat, streaming shit that I'm not remembering, Anyone But You, and Ferrari. When did Godzilla -1 come out? Early December? So I guess early December wasn't dead. At number 3, this is all about rewatchability for me. There were great movies that come out this quarter that I couldn't tell you the next time I'm going to watch them. Really good and will get a lot of awards consideration. But for me, enjoyability, rewatchability kept them out of the third spot. For me, and I'm as surprised as anybody else, for me, number 3 is Anyone But You. It's an R-rated rom-com. The leads aren't like all over each other. Like the way that the romance in the romantic comedy ensues, I thought was kind of clever. The writing was good. The supporting cast was entertaining. It wasn't like a modern day sitcom where the lead is good, the leads are good, but the supporting cast is boring as fuck. Glenn Powell, Sydney Sweeney had great chemistry. Everything about their story was funny. I was laughing the entire time. Probably not in a lot of other people's top 3, but that's why it's my list. Number 2. Number 2 was my number 1 until the last couple weeks. My number 2, my second favorite movie of the fourth quarter of the year is The Marvels. Another one that it seems like people just didn't go and see, and for what if it's the Brie Larson hate, if it's because the first Captain Marvel movie was just good, not great. I thought this was a huge improvement over the first one. Iman Vellani, Tanya Paris were great additions to the cast. Again, cast chemistry. Brie Larson, Tanya Paris, Iman Vellani all kept this movie entertaining, the way that they bounce off each other. I loved the action scenes. The villain, I thought, did what the villain should have done. Good villain, but y'all want Thanos every time out, and that's just not a realistic possibility. Very psyched to see where that mid-credit scene leads to. Yeah, like I'm very curious to see if we get a Captain Marvel 3, a second season of Miss Marvel. I'm as excited for the MCU going forward as I've always been. The past couple years have been bumpy, but I think we're back on track. And my number one, man, my favorite movie of the fourth quarter of 2023 is The Iron Claw. I'm a pro wrestling fan. I'm a fair weather pro wrestling fan. I said that in my review for this movie. I watch every so often. I've been keeping a little more attention to what's going on lately. But like, as a kid, my earliest memories of WWF are Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man Randy Savage, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Big Boss Man, The Bushwhackers, Koko Beware. So like, I missed the mark on everything Von Erich. I had no idea what this family had gone through. It is insanely tragic. And like, if you know the story, you know why the main character played by Zac Efron like fully buys into the Von Erich, the curse of the Von Erichs. It's, I don't even know how to put it into words, man. It's some shit that you got to see. I mean, because it's a sports movie, because it's a pro wrestling movie, I feel like the Oscars and the Academy and award nominators are gonna like ignore this movie. But like, Zac Efron should be nominated for best actor. Holt McCallany should be nominated. And probably Jeremy Allen White, too, should be nominated for Best Supporting Actor. Like, the wrestling choreography was very dope. The way that the Academy will nominate, like, Christian Bale for, like, putting on a massive amount of weight or dropping a massive amount of weight. The Fighter, Vice. The way that Zac Efron bulked up and got in wrestling shape for this movie, that should be a body transformation that the Academy recognizes as well. Like, the wrestling elements of this movie are fun, but the story overall, man, is very sad. If, like, I don't know, like, it's a weird, like, Christmas season recommendation, but, man, like, if you enjoy movies, good stories, good acting, true stories, watch this movie. That's it, man. What else did you guys watch? Like, I didn't see Godzilla. Like, everybody tells me Godzilla is brilliant. I didn't see Godzilla -1. My theater didn't get it. Again, like, Killers of the Flower Moon, they were right there. But it's like, they're really well made. They're really well acted. When am I going to watch this again? 2 of my 3 movies were really fun. The other one was just, like, art. I don't know how else to put it. I've reviewed Aquaman, Migration, Iron Claw, Wonka. All those are on my channel. Top 5 lists are coming up on the podcast. I got a most anticipated video. I got my 10 favorite movies of the year coming around the corner. Blu-ray collection update as well. I don't know the first movie I'm going to review in 2024. The Beekeeper, possibly. So be on the lookout for all of that, man. Like, subscribe, comment. Find me where you find me. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.